How's she going, boys? Mike here. Welcome back to Grampie's Workshop. I'm glad you dropped in today. You know, you always make it a nicer day when you drop in the shop. And if you've been following along on my channel, I need some nicer days because the last 2 weeks have been very uncomfortable for me. I've got this arthritis thing going on in my shoulders and my hips, and I'm telling you, boys, it's eating my lunch. I don't know what it is. But anyway, I was to see the doc, and he's working on it. He's got me on some meds now that are making a dent in it, so we're making progress. Also, I had some comments to be checked for Lyme disease, asked if I would be checked for Lyme disease. I've never knowingly been bitten by a tick. I've had ticks on me, but never knowingly been bitten. But anyway, part of the test battery that the doc was doing on me was Lyme disease test. So we should have those results in a couple of days, and we'll keep you posted. I want to thank you all for the well wishes and the nice prayers and offerings that you're sending for Nanny and I. That is very much appreciated, and touches me right here. So thanks all for that. But what we're here today to talk about is this upcoming project I have. I talked earlier about it being maybe a 3 or 4-parter, and what it's all about is the cab on my Massey Ferguson GC2300 Awesome tractor. When I was doing the panel for the heads-up display, I discovered lots of rusty bits and parts and pieces there and whatnot on the different frame sections of the cab. So what I thought I would do is take the time right now, because of my shoulders being so sore and whatnot, I'm not able to get out and do much work around the yard. So I thought this might be a good time just to leave the tractor here in the shop and do a refit on the cab. So that's what we're up to. I'm going to start doing a refit on the cab, and we're going to start out with doing some work on the roof. So let's get at it. So the cab that's on my Massey Ferguson GC2300 Awesome tractor, it's a Curtis cab. It's a soft-sided cab with a glass windscreen and a metal top on it. The frame of the cab is made out of tubular steel. The frames of the doors are made out of tubular steel. It's a good cab, a good solid cab, even though it is a vinyl-sided cab. It's nice. I really do like it. But when I was having a look around at the cab to see where I could use my rust converter, especially on the superstructure of the cab, you know, like the doorposts and the door frames and whatnot, I was finding lots of spots for rust. But then I also saw on the roof, there's an edge, trim edge that goes on the roofing, on the edge of the roof, goes all the way around it. That was falling off in parts and in spots, and when I pulled it down further, I found that there was a lot of rust showing up on the roof. In fact, what I decided to do is I'm going to do a full refit on the cab, and fix the roof good, fix the actual frame of the cab, and then see what I can do with the vinyl enclosures. Clean those up a little bit, maybe clean the clear plastic that's in them. See what I have here. This is the edge trim that was around the roof on the tractor. I was looking the other day where I could touch up the paint with the rust converter, and I found some spots along here. Like there's a spot right there that was rusting pretty good. There was a spot all along the back here that was rusting pretty good, and way over in that corner. So I peeled off some of the paint, because the actual white paint on the roof was peeling away. So I peeled that paint away and touched them up with rust converter. But then I took that trim strip off that's over there on the table. I took that trim piece off, and I see underneath there, look at that. All that white is flaking off. Me, with my newfound love for painting, I said I better take that trim completely off and, doctor up where all this is rusting. So I was doing that this morning, or this afternoon, I mean, it's the afternoon now. I took my work lights off the front, and that one over there in particular on the left side was really bad. But also over here on the left side where I show you, not only was the paint peeling bad around this light, but there was some pretty good rust hunks on there too. But if you can look up into here on the back side, the paint's rusting and peeling off in back. So what I was thinking is, it might be a good idea, in order to make sure that I can get good repairs done on the inside here, that would be hard to get to with the roof in place, that I should take the roof off. And in fact, yeah, I'm going to take the roof off because that's the best way to solve this problem, or to address the problem. So the way the roof is held on is just some bolts through the top into the actual frame of the cab. I'm going to take the roof off, and then I think we'll have to move the tractor back into the Massey Motel so I can set a workplace here on the floor. So we've got them all out except one of these roof bolts. And I'm going to try and get that now. I've got vice grips on the back side to hold the nut. And you know what? They all come out pretty good. Oh, there's a washer on them and the washer just dropped. God knows where that went. But yeah, so now we're ready to take the roof off. So if I remember correctly, when I put this on, it was pretty heavy. I think it's got a lot of gravity in it. That's not that bad. Nothing that a superhuman like myself can't handle. All right. Now I have a moonroof in my tractor. Alright, it's going to be a lot easier to work on the roof now that I have it in here on these sawhorses. Alright, just to show you what's going on, these are the holes here where the roof bolts went through, so they're okay. But there's a little bit of rust right there, little bubble coming there, little bubble coming right there. See, there's a crease goes through the middle of this to try to stabilize the metal, so I'll have to scrape those down. And then let's turn it over and look on the underside. So this is the part that I was talking about here. This was the underside of the roof, and you can see where that paint is it's all flaking off. Good job that I took that off. So I'm going to have to spend some time cleaning all that up, and then I'm going to put some of that rust converter on those rust spots, and then I'm going to have to break out the white paint, see if I can, well, see if I have any white paint, and then spray that all again, or brush it. Well, I spent the morning grinding and scraping and whatnot on my roof, try to get it ready for some paint. This is what I ended up with. You see along this bottom edge here, there was lots of rust marks on it, so I managed to scrape them all off with a scraper, and then I put a wire wheel, buffing wheel on it to try to scratch down the edges a little bit. And then on the top, there's several spots where the paint was bubbling, so I scratched those all off. And here on the front, all along here, it's pretty rusty. And that was the same underneath, so I did the exact same thing underneath. So I think I have all the rust spots scraped off and scratched off and then buffed with the wire wheel. So what I'm going to do now, I don't know whether this is the proper thing to do because I'm no body man, that's for sure. I'm just going to make this white again, and I'm not sure how good it's going to be. But I have my sander here with 240 grit sandpaper in it. So I'm going to go over the whole thing with the 240 grit sandpaper, buff that all down, then wipe it good and clean. So I just ran the sander over it. Doesn't look much different than before, does it? I have taken the roof and I flipped it over and dressed up the rust spots from the underside now. So now I have the rust converter and we're just going to touch up these spots. And on the bottom edge here, I'd like to paint all along that edge as well with the rust paint, the rust converter, just so that that doesn't bleed through. The instructions for this paint so use multiple coats. So So I'm going to try that. I'm going to put this one coat on, and then we'll move along after this dries and put the second coat on. And of course I'm going to flip it over and do the top of it as well. I just hope that the white paint that I put on it covers this black. Putting some of this rust coat on the top here on the bad spots. Well, on the rust spots. They're all bad, I guess, if they rusted through, eh? And I hope I can cover this black with the white spray paint. If I can't, I'm gonna have a black roof on the tractor. So I did all around the edges. I did the underside, of course. You saw me start there. Did all around the edges here. Now we're just gonna let that dry. We'll let that dry, and then we'll just dab another coat on it. Why not? And then we'll see where that takes us. You know, one of the things I'm finding with this rust converter is they say put it on in thin coats, and I'm awfully tempted just to slap it on as thick as I can get it. But I'm trying really hard just to thin it all here so that I can put it on in multiple coats. So I'm getting ready to paint now. I've got the Tremclad rust paint. It's a gloss white, and I'm using a brush. I was going to get some spray paint, but I thought I'm going to try this white first to brush it on, and it's going on the bottom, so you know, if it doesn't work out that good, it's going to be covered anyways. So we're just going to try this on here and see how it works. I've got an ugly old brush here. I don't know whether that's going to help or not. My big concern with this rust coat, or rust converter I mean, that I was using, was, well, first of all, is it going to work and prevent rust and stop rust? And secondly, am I going to be able to cover it with the white? So we're going to find out here in about an hour after this paint dries. Alright, we're just finishing up here, this last little corner. We're going to put the one coat, I'm going to finish around the edge there, and we'll let that set up, and we'll go from there. Alright, so there's the bottom of it, with one coat of the white on it. We'll see how that turns out. Man, I hate painting, and this reminds me why. Okay, so the white paint that I put on from the can, it's dry now. It doesn't look too bad. Certainly going to need another coat because you can still see some of the black through it here and there. I kind of figured it was going to need another coat. But you know what? My concern was that paint that I was using out of the can, it was old paint. There was a film that had formed on the top of the can when I opened it. And that kind of paint, especially the oil-based stuff, never really seems to set up quite right. So what I did was I went to town today and I bought some spray paint. So I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to spray the top with white gloss spray paint. And then we'll see about touching up the bottom again after that. Alright, before I start spray painting, I want to change the filter here in my Gasman dust filter. I want to thank Gasman for the super thanks, sending me some money so that I could make this. But yeah, that filter certainly doing its job, isn't it? So air flows this away, so I want to put it in like this. Alright. Yeah, that's good. I like that filter, eh? It comes in handy. So the paint I'm using today, it's Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch 2x Ultra Cover Up paint and primer. It's a gloss white. I got it at our local home hardware here in town. So that's what we're going to use. Put a mask on here because there's a lot of overspray when you spray paint. That's one thing I don't like about it. But anyway, and I'm going to start spraying, and I'm not going to show you the whole spray job because I want to take my camera and hide it away because I don't want the overspray to get on the camera because it's my new camera, right? So it says shake for about a minute, and I've done that. I'm all shook up, and then to hold the can, you know, a foot or so away, and just do soft, easy side-to-side motions. And I'm going to do very thin coats. My experience with spray paint has always been I like to put it on too thick. I'll spray and spray and spray and say, oh, it needs a little touch up there. Next thing you know, there's a run in it. So I'm going to do many coats. It says it takes us about an hour, 2 hours to dry. Or no, 20 minutes to dry, an hour to put another coat on. So I'm going to put multiple coats on. All right, so let's go. Stop talking. Start painting, right? See how I keep going over that because I miss spots? That's what makes runs, eh? But anyhow, all right, we'll try this side now. Okay, now I'm going to turn on my gas van filter. And hopefully that's going to filter out a lot of the overspray. Now I'll start the top. All right, now I'm going to turn the camera off and hide the camera because I don't want it to get covered with overspray. All right, there's the first coat of spray on the top. I don't see any runs in it yet. So the first coat's on and dry. I put this coat on, well, earlier, about 2 hours ago, right? And it's dry now to the touch. It's nice. So I'm going to put a second coat on of this spray paint now. So, see how this works out. So that's the edges done. I'm going to turn on my dust collector now and put another coat on the top. But I'm going to turn the camera off, put the camera away because I don't want it to get I don't want the overspray to get on the camera. So just finished the second coat, and good timing too that I finished it because just ran out of spray paint. But I have another can. So I'm just finishing off the last little bit of masking here to get ready to paint the underside of the cab roof. Okay, looks not too bad. Good job I bought the 2 cans of spray paint because 1 can was just enough to do the top. So I'm going to get the other can and spray the bottom now. Well, I think I'm ready to go. So let's get at her, get her done, right? All right, I'm going to continue. I'll be back. So there's a second coat of, first coat of spray paint, but the second coat of white paint on the underside. So we're going to let that dry. It only takes about 20-30 minutes for it to dry, so that's great. I love the spray paint, a lot better than the brushed on stuff. So there's the roof all painted and it's dry now. Turned out pretty good. I like the way the white covered all that rust converter black, so I think it's going to be all right. And I moved it over here off the stand where I was painting it because I need to make room in the bay to get my tractor in, because that's going to be part 2 of this series where I'm going to address the rust conditions and rust spots that I had on the frame structure of the Curtis cab that's on my Massey Ferguson GC2300 Awesome tractor. So stay tuned for that. That's upcoming. So thanks for watching, and thanks again for all the well wishes for me, my health, and for Nanny and her health. That sure is much, much, much appreciated, and it makes an old guy's shoulders feel better. I tell you that. Don't forget to thumbs up me, folks. And have a great week wherever you are too, eh? And we'll talk to you soon.